Hello everybody, my name is Elenator and welcome back to Minecraft Through the Android, second best MTTA around. Here we are, episode 77 in the full release, 0.11.0 alpha. Hooray, we've made it. As I guess I'd take a look at all that, everything's up and running. Let's continue on, shall we? I still pop up a block or so above where I'm supposed to be. So move that cable over and hope that nothing goes wrong. Ran out of axe durability, that's what happened. And I tried sprinting. This is a beta 1.8. Hello. Hello, Mr. Spider. Goodbye, Mr. Spider. Alright, let's get to work. Oh, more cocoa beans have grown. Let's investigate the farm real quickly. I realized I'm gonna need a place for all these cocoa beans. It's kind of crazy just how difficult it was to get cookies before. But now, like, cookies are so easily acquirable. Don't know if that's the word, but that's what I'm gonna say. Cocoa beans are so easy to acquire now that you can grow the cocoa pods. Other than brown dye, do cocoa beans have any other use? Is it really just cookies and brown dye? I don't even know if there are other ways to acquire brown dye. It's kind of crazy though that the cocoa pods grow up so quickly. I want to say this is one of the fastest growing plants in Minecraft. Bamboo may or may not be faster, but truth be told, I don't know. Yeah, with all of this, I don't know what I'm going to do with 35 cocoa beans, so unlike every other crop, we're just going to toss them in here. Boop. Alrighty, so we need more cobblestone, kinda. I mean, look at all these mob jobs stealing inventory space. Alright, here, let's grab. What are we doing on sticks? We only have 5 sticks. That's not a good amount of sticks. Let's make more sticks. And now we'll make 2 more axes. Toss all that, and I forgot I had these oak seeds on me. But I know the sheep seem to be accumulating over here. They keep popping up, and I don't expect them to. Mob spawning on here seems rather... It fluctuates a lot. There we go. I'll say it like that. Seems like mob spawning fluctuates compared to not doing so. Did I get rid of all the sticks? Ding dong. Alright, hold on. We'll toss the seeds for sure this time. In fact, I might as well put everything else away, because the sun's already going down. It'd be wise to just chillax for a little bit. Let me scoot closer, I'm kind of far from the desk. We're gonna chillax a little bit because we need to wait around for nighttime to fall, then we can sleep, then we'll head back during a bright, nice sunny day. Don't want any bad guys popping up. Alright, I guess I could toss the wood as well. Try to maximize space for cobblestone. Alright, let's grab those real fast. And then we'll just start tossing the dark oak logs. Or you know what, maybe I should have held on to some of these, because I need to place down the layers. I need to put down the dark oak layer. Because I have 3 blocks of cobblestone, 3 blocks dark oak planks, and then another 3 blocks cobblestone. I think. Then we get to the top part. Wait, hold on. What's the word? What's the word? No. I couldn't remember. 3KO, where are you at? I can't remember what the word was. Again. See, I knew I wouldn't commit it to memory. And it's bothersome. Oi. Surprisingly, we did not have as much cobblestone here as I thought. For all that I went mining recently. I guess I put most of it away. Spider, why are you here? What was that? Did it auto kick me out of the bed? Huh. 0.11 bugs. There's another baby zomble. Are there gonna be a lot more baby zombles? I swear I haven't seen any on this world until yesterday. And I saw several yesterday. No, maybe I also saw the pigmen. That would have been the day before. The last 2 streams, perhaps. I see that. There's the green bean. He's waiting for me. Hello. A Chewy. A double Chewy. No, this is not a Star Wars reference. Maybe I should have kept the dirt on me, because I think I'm going to need to smooth out some of this terrain. Or I could just not and keep choppy trees. Maybe I should clean out the trees first and decide from there. Because I need some more of this gone. Looks down, 0 dropped frames, everything's looking fine so far. It's a quiet Friday. This is how it usually is. I think it was either last Friday or the Friday before. I don't know how it happened, but a bunch of people showed up, which is uncommon because usually Fridays are the quiet days. It's because people would rather have fun and enjoy the weekend. Yeah, it's gonna take too long to chop down all these trees, but let's just clean out what's right here. This is the stump, right? Seeing several blocks, one of these. Okay, so it is right here. Oh, that's why I was hearing the leaves breaking sound. There's the vines. That's what was getting destroyed. I was a little confused there. You know what I've realized? For all the new features since 0.9, everything that's come out afterward, the only thing I've done relevant to 0.10 and 0.11 is change my skin. I don't think there are any new features, because I still haven't gone riding around in a boat. What else did they add? Skins and boats were both 0.11. Did 0.10 add anything? I know it overhauled the lighting engine. It redid the rendering. It improved performance. I don't know. I can't remember what 0.10 and 0.11 added. other than that stuff. Because 0.9, apart from Infinite Worlds, it also added the new stone types. It added the new wood types for the 2 new trees. No, wait, maybe not. It made them accessible, at least. Assuming that saplings didn't pop up in the nether spire. Which I wonder if there are any changes to that now that I think they fixed block ticking. I wonder if I really should have waited 1 or 2 more versions before I spammed the spires. Little late for that now. Bye-bye. This might be slightly loud on my end. Let me just turn that down ever so minusculely. It's probably not a word, but I'm going to say it. Anything is an adverb when you add ly to the end. That's not how English grammar works. This is probably going to be the last tree here, but I'm going to need some more of these leaves to decay. If they aren't decaying, I'm going to have to chop down more trees, which will cause more leaves to decay. Because I need the tree line to move on over. I need to see exactly the terrain I'm working with here. That mushroom's probably going to go as well. For all the mushrooms I've just collected with those spires, I think we're about to collect more. Because this tree here, or this mushroom here, is like right about where I want to put the corner of the wall. Because I need to bring this up here somewhere. And then it needs to line up around here, maybe. Maybe this block. I'll probably get rid of that. And then that way it can head over here and then have another left angle. And then I don't know what I'm going to do with the swamp. I might just leave it there. But if I can bring the wall over. In fact, you know what I'll probably do? Maybe I won't bring it this far. What if I clean out these trees here and keep it a little straighter? This way I can use all of this land right here. Because I do kind of like this lookout, how it's a relatively steep cliff over the river. And then I'm just not going to bother with over the river. Yeah, I definitely built those spires way too close. I should have just looked up where the first spire was that I put out in the middle of nowhere. Because that's not the middle of nowhere over there. That was, I really did put those too close. Oh well. It's definitely not easy to get lost in this area now. Because once I see all those spires, I think, well, gotta get going just a little more until we reach the outpost. Which I really, really hope I don't have to go mining again. I don't know if I have enough cobblestone to finish the wall. Probably not, but I'd like to hope we do. Alright, sun's going down. Let's catch some Z's real fast here. Let's think. If we're on 77 next week, as long as I could pull off 3 streams next week is going to be the last week for Through the Android Part 2. I don't know when Part 3 is coming back. I haven't thought that far ahead. But flipping the switch is next. Because I think I set that up, and if everything goes well, should be as easy to update as the 3DS world. And that worked well, except now I don't really know how to downgrade. That's a problem for future me, since I won't be playing the 3DS version again for a while. I have a lot of other series to start before considering a restart. I saw a chunk flicker to the left. You know, I still don't have a proper house over here. I just moved into one of the villager houses. Maybe I should build something. Maybe that's what I should work on. As long as I can finish this wall in time. Because if I run out of cobblestone and we have to go mining, that's gonna eat into these last few episodes here. So I don't want to be in the middle of any project. And right now I don't think I am, other than this wall, since I said, I've been taking over this land. You gotta move up. And I may or may not have run out of things I wanted to do on this world. I'm sure whenever I come back I'll have new ideas, especially with 0.12, potions, enchanting, the nether. There's going to be a lot of stuff to do in 0.12. And then 0.12 won't last too long. I don't know how many builds there are. I don't even know which ones work. Okay, good, my inventory is not full yet. I don't know which builds of 0.12 work and which ones don't. But either way, 0.12 won't last too long because I think it only had 2 or 3 updates. We'll be starting in 0.12.1 to begin with, because 0.12.0 was a Windows 10 exclusive version. And they said, well, I guess 0.12.1 is going to be the global release. I don't know all that happened, but this is what happens when you try to release on like 7 different platforms at that time. Let's think, there's Windows 10 Pocket Edition for Android, Pocket Edition for Fire OS, Pocket Edition for iOS. I'm trying to think, was the Gear VR version available at that time? Maybe not. Alright, who else was running Pocket at that time? I think this was also before the TV. The TV OS? iOS for TV? Whatever the Apple TV version is. I don't remember the OS that runs. Because I know you got iOS is the default, but then you've got like iPad OS, which I kind of wonder why. Whereas for Android devices, you have your main Android version, and that runs the same as both phones and tablets. It's just UI differences. It's one of those moments. Alright, how many more trees gotta go? This is not a good place for the wall to go through. I don't like how it just enters this big little, that doesn't work. This not so little crater right here, because I'd rather it be more on this side, but there's even more trees over here that I really didn't want to chop, just because this is taking a while. But they're gonna go. And if that mushroom is lucky, I might choose to keep it around here, as long as it's fully inside the wall. You know what I should have done? You know what? What's stopping me? It's not too late. Hold on. How much of this wood do I really need? You might be able to guess where I'm going with that. Let's just get rid of this tree here, and then we'll be back. We have resources to acquire. and hope that nothing goes wrong because of that. Surely we'll be fine. Alright, Leaves, we're gonna let you decay for a little bit. Let's head off in this direction. We'll drop off some of these resources that'll help clean out our inventory space. Because, oh boy, it's currently full. I wonder if I should start working on the parts of the wall that I know. I have an outline going on both sides. Decisions. Alright, well, one thing at a time. Hooray for all this dark oak, because I'm gonna need a lot of it. Howdy, welcome back. Alright, we've witnessed Pocket Edition fire before. The question is, has anything changed since the alpha builds? Let's find out, shall we? Alrighty, Forest. You're ever so slightly in the way of natural land conquering. So we'll just set that real fast. And in fact, we'll set another one. Probably uno mas, says the Juice Drop Pop commercials. Chances of all three of these fires failing is really low, but I wanted to do multiple in case, if I were to just do one, that it does go out. So now we sit, and we watch, and we see how far these go. This really does kind of feel like alpha fires, but it's slow. Because it spreads very quickly, but like, when it comes to getting rid of the leaves, it's really slow. We're about to find out if the biblical apocalypse is going to happen. Because you saw me light 3, but they're all close together. It's very much about to be just one big fire. Thankfully, I don't need this dark oak forest. If I want more dark oak trees, I could chop from that side. I don't think these are connected. I think there's plenty of plains. Oh no, maybe not. Maybe we'll see if it crosses the river, because I know there's a river going through there. That's where the wall ends. So chances are the fire will not spread on the other side of the river. Yeah, on the creative world, when I was testing the first few alpha builds on here, forests very quickly disappeared. So we'll see if that all happens again. But nighttime is approaching, so we'll sleep and we'll check on the fire in the morning. Is that sheep walking and eating? Almost was like the smoke from the fire. Wasn't there, I don't know if it's still going on, but wasn't there recently a big fire going on up in Canada? People down here in the States were complaining about smoke coming down. And I think to myself, just a few years ago, big California fires and all the smoke over here was going up into Canada. Canada's taking revenge or something. Alright. How many trees are going away? Bye-bye. I got some bad guys to clean out, though. Excuse me. Kind of, in the way here. Goodbye to you. And you. Can I reach? Come on, buddy. Jump! You did not take fall damage, unfortunately. Alright, how's it going? It's slowly getting there. This is so nice. I can see so much more now that all the trees are gone. Alright, with that cleaned up, where do I want to work on the wall next? I kind of wanted to end here, but then I'll be in the same predicament as that side where I have to build diagonally to reach the land I want to reach. Otherwise, I'd have to shave off some of this. Because I could put the wall maybe here. Let me grab some dirt though. Because straight across from here wouldn't be too bad. Question is, do I build a right angle here or so? Because I didn't really want to cut this whole hole in half. What I could do, since this fire is definitely spreading far, what I could do is, instead of trying to reach the swamp from that side, I could try to reach the swamp from this side. Since if we wait around just a few more minutes, I'm pretty sure that my pathway to right over there is going to be cleared. Oop. I'll take that, thank you. I'll take that, thank you. Even though I think it just burned up in the fire next to it. Wouldn't be Team Treant without doing some Team Treant shenanigans. The question is, how far does this forest go? Alright, so we're looking back here. Maybe what I could do is, I could also lower this little mound by 1 block. And then I'll use the dirt to fill in the hole next to it. There we go. Alrighty, how much does this need to be improved? That's a buzz. Is it important? It is important, but it can wait till after the stream. Email I've been waiting for. Oops. Underestimated how much dirt this was going to provide. This is unsatisfactory. Alright, well, let's just go get some more. As we gaze upon the handiwork of Team Treant doing what Team Treant does. As long as I'm in the area with the chunks loaded, the fire will keep going. No, Mr. Enderman. Alright, yeah, let's get back to work. Man, that is so much faster. I didn't remember fires being this destructive back in mid-Pocket Edition. Partially because I didn't start many back then. Back in the day, I would just chop down trees normally. And yeah, oop, yeah. I'm probably gonna wait for the sun to set before heading back. Excuse me, who trampled my wheat? It just happened because the wheat dropped. Am I gonna have to put fences around here? I really don't use these farms all that much. If I put fences around, I'll just make them for decoration. Was it you? Was it you, Mr. Sheep? You have no animation lerping for that. Huh. Same thing for you? So they look left and right, but like up and down, their heads snap. Oh no, what happened? Man, I thought this was fixed. I haven't seen this problem in a while. It's probably not safe to open those chests. Because the last time I did that when they were bugged out, the game crashed. So we're not going to open bugged out chests, and we'll have to walk around. Here, let's go do the chests that aren't bugged. Nope, those are all split in half. Never mind. I guess I'll be carrying around all these mob drops and stuff for now. Maybe later it'll figure out how to fix itself. Alright, so I came back here because I needed more dirt. Alright, well, since I'm not building right now, let me just put some of this back. Alright, let's think. So, if it takes about 2 stacks to increase it by 1 layer, and I want to go up about 3 layers, I'll need maybe 6 stacks. Turns out that's all I had inventory space for. Alright, as the sun goes down, can we see the fire from here? Can we take a good look? I just see the light, which means the textures, the world renders haven't updated yet. It's probably still burning. Well, I know it's for sure still burning, but the blocks are slowly going away. It just takes a while to update. Alright, trees. Who's really still there? Lag spike. That's okay. Means it's working. A lot of lag spikes. Inventory's full. There we go. Now we have direct access to the spires. And surprisingly, it looks like the vines have kind of protected the logs. So some of the logs didn't catch fire on the sides because they were covered in vines, and I guess vines don't burn on here. Interesting. I was kind of wondering why the tall grass wasn't burning either. Maybe that's just a Pocket Edition thing. Hello, howdy to you as well. Welcome to the stream and whatnot. Alright, let me grab. Oop, I'll take that. Alright, let's see, has it spread over to the left yet? I think not quite. We're gonna be left with a whole bunch of mushrooms. I don't know if I've actively noticed the water gradient. I've just sort of gotten used to the look that water is odd. Pocket Edition water does not look as nice as Java's water. Baby cow. I know what a baby cow is. It's a calf, right? Sometimes I forget. This was elementary school. I'm borderline certain the last time I learned the names of baby animals was elementary school. How often in the real world, if you're not a farmer, is that relevant to you? Or if it's not related to domesticated animals, like kittens and puppies. And turns out I did not need nearly as much dirt as I thought. I was expecting each layer to require about 2 8x8 areas. That's where I got my 2 stacks from. 8x8 being 64. I guess if I keep filling all this in, it'll add up. The water before 0.10, I think some other viewer, I can't remember who, this was a little bit ago. There was another viewer who was saying that the water before 0.10 looked fine, but then in 0.10 they overhauled the rendering engine, and that improves the shading for light, or the shading for water. And so now we've been stuck with the same water ever since then, as it looks about the same as modern Bedrock, I think. Alright, I'm deciding whether or not that mushroom gets to stay or go. Probably gets to stay for now. Alrighty, so question is how to meet up with this farm. Not this farm, the swampland. I saw the sheep and the cow. Is if I want to build a wall over to that swamp and not have it be, get rid of this, and now we're stuck with floating vines. If I want it to not be at a 45-degree angle, but still reach across within a short distance, where is the best location to do so? It really is over here, isn't it? Which means I'll be cutting off some of this land space. Excuse me, flowers, I'll take all of that. Alright, well, now that this is no longer a crater, I can just fill this in. Or I can fill in the wall here. The look of water changed in Bedrock's 1.2. That's been so long, I haven't played the version. I didn't realize there was any change. I also wasn't playing much Bedrock at that time anyway. I was kind of over my Windows 10 hype by that point. I'm seeing slow lighting updates, and I'm pretty sure it's because we got this big old raging fire going on in the background. Question is, how far has it spread now? As I forcefully block update while I get closer. What are these Endermen doing? Missing block, moved block, moved block. Another moved block over there. That one must have been recent if that one's dirt. Yeah, little by little. I wonder if we'll end up reaching the river over there. Make your predictions now. You think the river that's off in this direction, that splits the wall in half, is the same river that goes over there? Because if we keep going that way, there's a river, and I've only built nether spires on this side of the river that I remember, unless I happen to put the first one way over there. Because I completely forgot where it ended up. My fault for not paying attention. Alrighty, so we have this wall here. I'll probably bring it to here, maybe. Oops. Excuse me, water. Not water, tall leaves. Tall leaves collision. I learned my lesson about trying to build diagonals on here. Just ends up being a headache. Seeing how quickly the roofed forest over here was destroyed by the fire, I am partially tempted to work on planting a new fire over on that side. But I feel like if I were to do that, I really would be eliminating all of my dark oak supply. And for the time being, I still need a lot of dark oak. But what I do want to do real fast is place down some torches here. That way when I come back, I won't have to worry about bad guys in the area. I hope. Alright, so this wall now has its outline completed, which means we should start working on that side. Or, well, hold on here. Let me get right up to the water's edge. So for the time being, at least, I don't think I'll end up invading the swamp, because now there's plenty of space up here where the plains and the roofed forest end up. And I'll need to see how I did the wall previously, because I know that that river shore was a steep angle. I'll need to see how I built the wall there. Spider, what are you doing? I know he's trying to hide from me. He saw me coming. I have a diamond sword I would like you to meet, please. Farewell, any string? I'm kind of glad. I'm starting to realize that string over the years has become more useful. Tripwire, one or two of the 1.14 villager crafting stations. Previously, it was made for wool, which was very inefficient when you needed 9 pieces. It was for wool and fishing rods, and I don't think there was any other use for it. Oopsies. Alrighty, so now, maybe I will keep this dirt if I hold on to it for cleaning the area. So I've slept, it's daytime. We'll try to bring this wall back to the swamp as well. There you go. I see you. Boop. Yeah, you see these trees? One single use of the flint and steel, and it can all go away. How about I build the wall first, and then I'll decide whether or not if I still need the wood. Because even if I do take out all the roofed forests that are in this area, I can always find another one. Anyways, from here, waited for that guy to burn up. I'm looking at... Maybe I should try to do it from this angle. This mushroom's probably gonna have to go. All these mobs that were just barely outside my render distance. Now that I got close, I loaded them up again. Took them out of suspension. Excuse me, Mr. Sheep, I'm trying to work here. Alright, let's go pick up those feathers. I don't know if I'll ever need a supply of feathers, but I'd rather pick it up now. I could use more gunpowder though, and I see a source to my right. Bye-bye. I think I'm okay. You hearing static noises? My headset's getting old, and it's cable, and I'm trying to not touch the cable. I started playing Java in 2012, and then I picked up Pocket Edition more 2014, which led me into Windows 10 Edition 2015, because I got the Samsung Galaxy Tab 4, which was brand new back in the day. But anyways, sounds like we've been playing about the same time. I don't know. I don't think I ever tried the Windows 10 beta. I think I was too late, partially because I was slightly slow to get from Windows 7 to Windows 10. Slightly slow meaning like 2 months. Is my inventory full? Curse you, mob drops. I need wood, and you were preventing me from collecting said wood. I'm pretty sure the Windows 10 Edition beta was 2015. If not, 2016 for sure. As I remember, I have a series that's... I don't know when I'll ever get back to it, but I have a Windows 10 series on here, and I remember recording, and I remember starting way back in 0.15. That series started in 0.15. I don't know which Windows 10 editions we have, but at least we have every Android version other than like 3 or 4 of them that were re-uploads or like development work in progress builds. I haven't checked out the Windows 10 archive in a while, partially because I haven't really needed to. Hello to you as well, welcome to the stream. Alright, now can I collect these logs? They didn't despawn yet, right? Nope, I'll take that. Alright, so we have a few trees here we're going to chop. I just need to extend the wall a little bit farther. There's a cave over there. I wonder if this is the cave that I totally didn't see for 10 or 15 episodes. Is there a reason from 1.0.0, or you were playing on 1.0.0 as opposed to, what was the last version? Like 1.0.9, I thought? Because I know 1.1.5 is the last Pocket Edition build for 1.1, and was also re-uploaded. Maybe I just need to bring these together, because I think I can just have that wall go straight, bring those together. 1.2.0 on your Switch, you updated from the Legacy console version to the first Bedrock build and then never updated it since. Alas, when I finally acquired a Switch, the Legacy console version was already old. If you say no, did you manually install 1.2.0 on your Switch? If we're going for illegal items, does the discontinued features wiki have a lot of Bedrock information? As I know it's primarily geared to Java, but there is a good amount of Bedrock info on there. And boop, I'll take that, thank you. And it turns out I missed half this tree. Oh, 1.2.0 was the version that came with the card. Interesting. I'm not familiar enough with the physical Minecraft releases to know all the versions that were available. Did they ever re-release the Switch cartridges for Minecraft? Because I want to say Xbox One has 2, maybe 3 versions of the disc. The 360 version might have only had 1. I can't remember if the 360 had 1 or 2 versions physically released. Can't remember PS4 either. At some point, I'll eventually do more research into the later gen LCE versions. Well, since I'm currently not planning on playing through them in the foreseeable future, it's not very relevant to what I'm doing. And boop, I'll take that, thank you. And I don't catch some Z's reset the weather timer. If there was a weather timer. Alright, before we get back to tree chopping, I want to take one quick look at the fire over here. Because that might be approaching the end of my render distance. And if that's true, then it would not be spreading too much farther. Oh, I feel the lag spikes. Look at all these block updates. It has a lot of catching up to do. I saw that tree. Boop, 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 boop. Definitely a lot of chunk updates it has to perform. Can you see the forest? So many floating vines. That's so odd how they still float even with the fire block removed. Some sort of update suppression. Let's see, where's the river? Here's the river. So it looks like the forest keeps going on the other side of the river. So then that means there's another cave over here. So much to explore. I guess I haven't been far. This is a pillar. So it looks like this is the same river because I'm seeing it loop around. I'm pretty sure this would be the same river since I don't think rivers can generate too close to each other. So it goes up and around, and then just on the other side of that tree, it meets up with where I've been working previously. I don't even know when game rules get added to Bedrock. I'm pretty sure that's a later feature. This early, they were still trying to get the game itself going. Alright, I'll take that, thank you. Over the next few versions, I try catching up a little bit. 12 is very survival based, 13 is redstone, and 14 was the overworld update. That had a few more redstone things, and I can't remember what else. Alright, let's see. Who's got to go over here? It looks like this might be the last tree to chop, and then I can start placing. When you say a new dupe for 1.1.5, is this something undocumented? The version itself is, of course, old by now. Checks the time, 56 minutes. A few minutes until the halfway point for the day. Do I have another axe after this? Nope. I've already used my other one. Howdy, Paul. Welcome back. Alright, here. Let's just start bringing this together. Metric ton of blaze rods. That sounds useful. Well, more so useful if you're doing brewing. Wait a minute, does brewing not require the blaze rods yet? I can't remember if Pocket Edition, when brewing was implemented, if it always required the blaze rods to brew. Because I want to say that was a 1.8, a Java 1.8 feature, but 1.8 was already old by that point. It is team treeing time. You should have seen the fire. I was just over there a couple minutes before you hopped on. I feel like there are several blocks throughout PE Bedrock's history that go unobtainable and unused. Some of them get purposed later. Why would you think I hate you? Did I say something? Well, let me think. How to... If some of these leaves, I'm just going to have to keep waiting. We'll probably be back later. Let's go back on the other side now. If you don't like your name, you're welcome to change it. Other people have changed their names on here. I don't know how. I don't look at YouTube settings often enough. I see performance drops. I see no problems with your name. Oh. Wait, hold on. Did they ever fix it? Hold on. Where's the button? They didn't fix it yet. Hooray! The water effect doesn't get applied to the screen, to the camera. It gets applied to the head. So only once the head goes underwater. Interesting, and it doesn't even determine where the surface is. That's still not fixed. Once I find where the thingy is. Boop. Back when there were so few buttons. Compare this to modern Bedrock's option screen. I'm using an emulator. Alright, I could leave that section there. Well, I'll be back later. Excuse me, sheep, I'm working here. Alrighty, so I believe I did 3 blocks of cobblestone, plus 3 blocks of planks, plus another 3 blocks of cobblestone. You don't bother me. You seem rather chill. Oh, that's right, I'm gonna have to put this trim. I completely forgot I did that, because it gave me difficulty with the stairs. So yeah, it's 333, like a cake. And it looks like I didn't go down into the river over here, I just filled it in, which means if I want it to be straight across here, if I want to just keep it level, I think that's this block. I do kind of like that view though. Maybe what I'll do is I'll keep the wood section empty, and then I'll just fill in some of the cobblestone underneath this. Come on, auto bridge. I believe in you. Where's the angle? Did they change it? It's not working very well. Huh, there it goes. See you, Mr. Zomble. Oopsies, he got me. Guess I'm gonna land next to him, not on him. So for down here, chances are I probably just want to sleep after this. I don't want to encounter more bad guys. Alright, so the question is, how much do I really want to boat down here? Because I don't need this much space. Maybe I'll leave it at 3 blocks above the water. Oh wait, hold, that's 2. I wonder if that was a good idea. Oh, well, I could still reach. There we go. So then I'll just leave the wood section empty for now. I will have to have this meet up over here because I need the cobblestone, this cobblestone at least, to be another 2 blocks taller. So then that one will be 1, and then I guess I'll just leave it there. Alright, well, let's go sleep. Excuse me, Mr. Sheep. Glad to know that the sheep here are using this bridge. What is NL? Oh, new nostalgia launcher, right. I almost thought it was like new something. The new lands. I haven't set it up. I'm unlikely to do so. It still only goes to 0.11, right? 0.5 to 0.11. Alrighty, so this is nearly gone. We'll get a good view while we keep working over here. I've yet to use Nostalgia Launcher because it's limiting enough. I do the old-fashioned Android emulation. This way I can also provide my own versions. I cannot guarantee that it has every re-upload. This also is how I can play versions before 0.5 and after 0.11. Oh wait, hold up, I see you. This is going to my future chicken farm. You can see some of the trees burning now. There used to be so much more. There's not a dark oak forest anymore. You could see the mushrooms. You could see some of the tree trunks. But yeah, this is there's a lot less forest here. Enjoying 0.8 for the limited world features or the limited world size. The old classic generation. It's kind of a bummer that they didn't bring the ability to generate worlds of the small size that kept the old generation. Because in 0.9 until whenever it gets removed, it uses the new terrain generator, but limits the world size and removes caves. Alright, here. Since my inventory is so full of random stuff now, are the chests working? I don't see any problems. It should be safe to open. Hooray! Don't open chests that look bugged, says a wise old man who has spent many years in the world of Minecraft. That's the flower's chest, that's not the arrow's chest. I wonder why it's only those chests in particular that get bugged. I wonder if it's because they're all close together. Because the chests over here, even though they're next to each other, these are fine. But equally, they're all just sort of spread out. I don't think mushrooms have ever been flammable. Not in Minecraft, at least. I cannot guarantee the flammability of real-life mushrooms. Finally, it's empty. A clean inventory is a happy inventory. Let's grab all that for now because I'll be needing this to place down the plank section of the wall. Let's just grab the rest of the cobblestone now. You could eat roasted some types of mushrooms. I'm not a mushroom guy. This world, I plan on only taking through not 0. Sorry, Pocket Edition 1.1. In the future, I'm probably have other series, other worlds, or a different world that goes to Bedrock 1.2, but for now, I plan on only going until 1.1. However, I don't need a different launcher. I'll just manually install the APKs like I've been doing. There's wool. Who wants to bet that there's a sheep here that caught fire? Which kind of bothers me that I still don't remember. Oh my gosh, more cooked food? Who wants to, or what I was gonna say was, it kind of bothers me that I don't know what happened to the wool that I had in the underground area. And this looks like I got cut off at a chunk border. Question for you, since your messages might be delayed, is that on your end, or are you watching, or are you not watching live? Live check, this is the part where I ask everyone to double check and make sure that the live button is red at the bottom left of the video player. Every time there's any sort of buffering, it ends up being slowly and slowly farther back. More and more delayed, I should say. I also don't know what the current minimum delay time is because I adjusted several OBS settings on Wednesday, I think. Tuesday or Wednesday. I adjusted several OBS settings because I've been having internet issues with the bitrate monster. And seeing as my stuff was definitely outdated, I went through, changed a few things, and hope that everything works. Everything's been going fine for now. Ever since I adjusted everything, there has not been any major issues. So hopefully that's all fixed. Mushrooms pizza. Mushrooms on pizza. Here's a question. How about pineapple on pizza? That's one of those, I don't understand why it's so controversial. It's not even like that dress from a few years ago, 2017, 2018. Is it black and blue or is it gold and yellow? That one has scientific backing as to why different people see it differently. But like pineapple versus no pineapple on pizza, that's just a preference thing. Okay, this might get a little rough. If I were to have this go straight across with the wood where it's at, that would be way too tall for that super low swampland over there. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but for now, I'll just go. How do I want to do this? I can't provide any help with Minecraft. I know that Nostalgia Launcher was built with built on Minecraft, but I can't provide any help with that. I don't use it. You could go to Google. Make sure the error code is correct, because chances are other people have had that same problem. Isn't it nice when a program gives an error code and tells you what's wrong? Deadpan's Unreal Engine. I'm trying to get the game to run on my phone, but it doesn't tell me why it's not running on my phone. I've gotten all the way up to the point of the app launches. It displays a splash screen, and then it closes, and it doesn't tell me why. I'm kind of giving up for now, though, because it still runs on Unreal 5.5, and I want to update it to Unreal 5.9. Problem is, there's no guarantee of there being an Unreal 5.9, since they're already trying to push Unreal 6. But we have some time. We have some time at least until Unreal 6, so hopefully they do push out a 5.9. Then I'll feel better. Question for you, Paul. Are you currently delayed? Because I kind of forgot that I asked about pineapples on pizza. I feel like if you have garlic on pizza, you're gonna want more than just stuff on it. I kind of am fine with garlic on pizza when you got other stuff, maybe like bell peppers or sausage. Alright, sorry trees, you gotta go. Oh wait. Right, the axe was about to break. I kind of noticed that too late, but now that I'm already here, I kind of have to keep chopping because I don't have a way to get back here so easily. So while we are in the tree, we are going to eliminate the tree. Unfortunately, we have to do it kind of slow. Let me just verify real fast. I have verified that I don't have another axe on me. Okay, now I need to resist the temptation to whip out the flint and steel. Do you know what I realized? Or I didn't realize until the comment pointed it out, because I did think about it afterward. Y'all ever watch Captain Sparkles? He did a multiple Skyblock series. He did the original Skyblock on his own. He did Skyblock Reloaded, which was a sort of modded test version of that Skyblock world. And then he also did Skyblock 2.0 with a few buddies. And throughout the entire duration of his Skyblock 2.0 series, he never made an axe. None of them. There were three guys playing. None of them made an axe for the entire Skyblock series. Chances are they didn't make shovels either, but they made swords and pickaxes for sure. And I think to myself, that's kind of crazy that they would always go over when the tree grew up, that they would just chop it down on their own. Chop it down with their hand or a block of wood or whatever. Mouse died, time to plug it back in. Alrighty, so I came back here because I needed to deconstruct another block of iron. Alrighty, now we get tree chop at a faster rate. Yeah, those trees are gonna have to go when I keep working on the wall, because that's a little too close to where I'm building. In fact, is this where I'm chopping right now? Oh, I thought it was over there. I wasn't paying attention enough. Oops. I see you. There's a log hiding from me. There's a hog. Where? There's a question. Never mind, my question was answered. I was gonna say, are the hoglins based on hogs or boars? And it occurred to me, wait, their name is hoglin. I'm pretty sure they're based on hogs, not boars. Species, am I right? Come on. I'm gonna keep hoping. It'd be really, really nice if I can get proper keyboard support in 0.12. Because it's definitely... trying to emulate touch inputs is definitely not the fun way to do this. I don't blame people for using Nostalgia Launcher. I feel like these two wall segments take a lot less resources. They're taking a lot less cobblestone and wood than what I thought. Because I remember the first wall section that I built, taking a whole bunch of cobblestone, and I ran out at least twice. And now it's not that bad. Because I know I have plenty more cobblestone down below. And chances are one full inventory will get me close to where I need to be. Wait, did I do it 3? Oopsies, hold up. I think nighttime might be approaching, but I want to get this done now. That's a chunk that took a little second to render. Alright, so for over here, what I might just do is that. We'll leave that there for now, since I still don't have any plans on going into the swamp. But look, we could see that section of the wall there, and this section of the wall here. relatively they are close together. If in the future, or if anyone downloads this world once it goes up for download, if anyone works more on this world after this series is over, or after this part is over, then other people are welcome to connect the walls. I've also kind of realized that I maybe should have left this together, because right now that's not connected, even though it probably should be. Alright, well, we'll put away this cobblestone for now, since I think we're done with the bottom layer, and I'm definitely going to need a lot more than 36 for the second part. But we are going to grab lots of dark oak. In fact, we might be able to take all the dark oak. Is dev mode the Android setting you're referring to? Do I have cooked food in here? I do. Look at all that steak. Oh wait, sorry, this is bedrock. It's cooked beef. That difference is kind of funny to me that no one noticed for a long time that Java and Bedrock called cooked beef differently. Alrighty, so now what we'll do, we're going to make a whole bunch of planks. Interesting, it rolled over. I don't know what the max limit was, but it's kind of funny how it said 12. But I had so many logs that it displayed far more than the 99 plus. Okay, I don't want it to run out of slots though. Let's just combine these into one stack real fast. And a boop. Alright, cool. That's good enough for now. Oh wait, hold on. That's where the pickaxe goes. I don't know how I'll handle the staircases for going up and down. For now, at least, I'll just sort of pillar up to there. Alright, you know what? While we're over here, lag spike, as we block update this whole area. How many more trees do you think are gone? Because that's what all these lag spikes are coming from. I am certain. Remember when this used to be far away from home? And then I built this pillar to mark out where I carved out. Well, not home, I guess the village. I really expanded way over there to here. It used to be distance. Oh, looks like the fire spread to this side. Oh wait, hold on, maybe not. It's official. The fire is now a character of the series. It's as much of a character as the fire and Firewatch. Spoiler for anyone who hasn't played Firewatch in the past decade. I think it came out 2015. You know, this is taking too long. What I'll do is, I'll do 2 layers, and then I'll go back around and do the third. When you say you added 0.8 Forever World, is this the start of the Forever World today, or you're going back to it? Or are you just testing 0.8 just to test 0.8? I see that chunk section over there. It disappeared from view. There's a spider down below. I see you, buddy. I'm probably going to want to put a door or something somewhere in this area because I will want to access the outside. But I'd rather get all the difficult work done first. Checks the time, about 35 minutes left of the day. Oop, it really didn't render any of those chunks until I looked at them, because I saw whoosh into the distance. Good optimization. Only load what you can see. And because there's always delays to looking around, it also means that it will slow down how much has to be loaded at once, as opposed to always loading whatever's around the player. And this is where things get interesting, apart from running out of planks. At least now I can see how many planks I have down there. Aggressive clicking. Alrighty, so thing is, how do I slope this? Because what I might do, which means I will need a little bit of extra cobblestone, but what I might do is I might just go one block at a time. Keep it a perfect diagonal. Oop, I'll take that, thank you. So then starting from this block, I'll increase the slope. .0.8 worked, or what'd you do differently other than make a new instance? What version are you trying to play if you first said 0.8 worked? That's the part where I really hope that I went around and did this correctly. I want the wood to be exactly 3 blocks tall in all circumstances. I see you down there, cow. But yeah, chunks will load when I gave the word. Sometimes I wonder how many people still listen to that song. Even though it's... let's think. It's 2026 now. That song should be 14 years old. Wonder if there's anything big planned for next year when it turns 15. Truth be told, I don't even remember when the original Viva La Vida came out. Chances are more people have heard the Minecraft parody than the original. Oh no, 1 block short. Oh wait, my 1 block. Oh, just kidding, that is 3. Oh, hold up. I done goofed. Never mind. So all of this is supposed to be brought down, because this is 3, as it should be. I'm gonna have to go up there. I need to collect these that don't fall down. Hello, fire, I see you. Oh, that's it? Hold up, do I have more? Cool, I do have another stack. Oh wait, hold on, did you say you were gonna play 0.11? I have a good memory when I need to, usually. Alright, so let's head down here. I combine all that into one stack, please. There we go. Alright, cool. So I believe, as long as I did this correctly, all the wood should be taken care of. Let me grab some torches real fast. That's kind of dark. Don't want bad guys showing up, although there might be stuff walking in out there that end up down here, but I'll do something with that cave later. But now that we have this area fully enclosed, in fact, while it's nighttime, I'll just plop down as many torches as I need to, because I want to make sure that no bad guys spawn. However, they will probably still find areas that I don't perceive as invalid, or I don't perceive as valid that they will end up spawning on. Do mushrooms count? I feel like they do. I think those count as solid blocks. Well, if the stairs count as valid spawning positions, that still bothers me. But what can you do? You could play Java. That's what you can do. But it doesn't work like that. That's not the point of this series. I have plenty of other Java series planned, though. You know, that's not entirely true. I have plenty other Ultimate Minecraft Polyworld series planned. And those are Java. Well, let me think, is that really true? That's not entirely true. I have at least three series planned that are going to be in Java. I have been down there, right? I think if this area is all nice and bright now, I might be good to sleep, and then we'll get working on adding the planks to this wall. Because this is where I need torches next. Or this is where I need the wood next. Yeah, if only I'd built that wall farther this way. Totally my fault. Because now I have to build a diagonal. Oh well. Alright, let's set up there. I would like to pick up that egg though, please. World's slowest egg farm. But it does what it needs to. Alright, I've got plenty of planks, but I needed a little bit of cobblestone to smooth out the angle going straight towards the swamp, not the one coming in from the side. And that's the wrong way. Yeah. Let's see as we catch some Z's. It's looking better. It is kind of nice seeing that wall off in the distance, although it's really not that far away. Maybe this will block the view of the nether spires. Seeing all those are kind of Totally my fault for building them so close. Maybe once today is over, I'll whip out MC Edit and I'll try to find wherever I built that another spire. The one I built in the middle of nowhere because I didn't want to see it proceeds to lose it. Alright, so if I want this to be sloped correctly, that means that one has to go there. And then we're going to have to build all this up higher. Is that water's edge? That is water's edge. Alright, cool. So now that this is sloped correctly. There we go. A lot of cobblestone, but that's okay. At least now this can be raised up. Yeah, this will be fine. Eventually we'll invade over here, but that's a problem for future me. Present me is going to head off in this direction. This is where we're going to work on the wall next. Hello, spider. How's it going? See you later. Having a rough day? Okay, so I'll leave this here. And then I'll remember, this is where we have to fill it in. That is the third block. I just wanted to take care of the slope now and come back to it later. In fact, here, y'all know me in odd numbers. In fact, that is how I will guarantee that I only place down 2 blocks at a time. If I always end with an even number. And we need more planks. I'm still going because I have 20 minutes left of the day. I'm a grumpy old man who likes my 2-hour streams. I don't even know why I settled on 2 hours. I think it's because 1 hour was not enough time, I figured, way back when I started the stream schedule. Like, how much can you really get done in 1 hour? It feels like to properly process everything that's going on. So I wanted 2 hours. 3 hours was considered, but that felt like too long. I would do 3 and 4 hour streams on occasion for specials. I think this series, or part 2, opened up with 3 hours. Because I hadn't played on this world in 2 years before episode 41. I'm pretty sure episode 40 came out in 2024. So I figured let's do a 3-hour opener. I think both UMP Part 3 and Part 4 both ended with 3 hours as well. Howdy, welcome back to the stream. Hold up, something's not right. If I'm supposed to be placing 2 blocks, how did I end up with 1? Where did I place more or less? I hear something burning. Mr. Skellybum. Have I not been paying attention? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I have a little bit of confusion, as I was supposed to be placing exactly 2 blocks on top of each and every one of these. Where did I not place down exactly 2? Right there, I see it. This is way back here, whoopsies. I'll come back and clean this up later. You on 0.5 because that's the oldest version it supports. Well, actually, why don't I just clean this up now? There we go. You know, maybe I should have kept that because now I need to go up. Oops. Well, too late. Let's see if there's an easy way to get over there. Because I knew that this slope was coming up. So as long as I place down an even number, then I can just keep focusing on even numbers. Something on the marketplace for 0.4? What do you mean marketplace? I thought Nostalgia Launcher was free. Yes, Mr. Greenbean, I know you want to get to me. I know you want to go boom boom. Three whole blocks stacked on top of each other is what I'm not doing yet. Because I need to make sure that I'm building it correctly. Alright, can I Halo reach you from here? Speaking of Halo. There we go. Alright, cool. So now we go up to 3 blocks. Except I think I might have done an oops. Oh wait, sun's going down. You know what? Here, we'll sleep first. Oh, there's another one. Excuse me, buddy. Yes. I see you. Goodbye. Alright, I don't think I'll need any of this cobblestone for now. In fact, since I'm satisfied, I'll also put away my weapon of mass destruction. It's not nighttime. Where's the... Alright, I still can't see the sun because I built the team tree and outpost directly in front of it. Lucky Blocks was fun 10 years ago. I don't know if I'll ever get back to the mod today. It's a cool concept. I tried having, or I should say I tried building an adventure map based around Lucky Blocks. But for some reason, I couldn't get the first Lucky Block to drop something good to the player. And it was bothersome because I don't want people to start out the map with something bad. But it didn't work. Now remember, this was back in 0.11. So this was late 2016, early 2017. There's probably better ways to do it now. But back in the day, I couldn't figure out how to make the Lucky Block drop what I wanted for the adventure map. Because I wanted it to give something decent to the player and not ruin their day 30 seconds into playing. If you have fun with Lucky Block in the mod pack, go all out. In the game like Minecraft, no one can tell you what you can or cannot do. And it rolled over twice. Twice now, it has given me a number, and then it bounced back up to 99 plus. These days I don't play mods very often. Partially because I've reached a point where that's going to require starting something new. And I have too much planned that does not involve mods. Unless it's some performance mod like, what do the kids these days use? It's not Optifine. Sodium, right? There we go. I remember my elements. Back in, I think it was 8th grade, where for the speech me, instead of memorizing a poem, I memorized the periodic table. I was exempt from that because I wasn't really feeling poetry, but the periodic table sound fun. I've heard of lithium before. I have not heard of immediately fast. Remember back in the day, 2012, 2013, when Optifine was king for performance? That was fun. Especially because of all the little minor things it had. Stuff like connected textures, better grass, randomized models. Those were the days. This is now my third layer of blocks because I wanted to do 2 first, and now I've reached 3. Because it's supposed to be 3, 3, 3, but I can't reach far enough. Dialog.delete texture message. I don't mean language was invented in 1876, though, because I think to myself, I'm reading a book called Union Pacific by Murray Klein, and it goes as far back as 1862. Oh, wait a minute. I placed 4 blocks. I totally forgot that I made that one higher as a reminder to stop there. Oopsies. Tis but a minor mistake. Minor inconvenience. Plays the gif of the forklift in the warehouse, and it bumps a shelf, and every shelf in the warehouse proceeds to collapse sequentially. That must have been a wild day for everyone on site. I really do wonder, like, who shared that footage? Because surely they knew it would reach meme status. I think now everything's all set. Because if that's correct, which I kind of hope it is, but I can't really verify. As long as this is correct, and as long as that side's correct, I'm good to start adding the next layer of cobblestone. Did languages just get invented, or like did they slowly evolve? Like, what do you consider as language? Because surely there was communication, but like letters, hieroglyphs, characters, and all that. Invented then does not sound like proper terminology in this case. Klingon for Star Trek was invented, right? Isn't that most popular? Alright, what do I need in here? Because if we're done with wood, now I'm stuck with all these extra planks. I wonder what I'll use all this dark oak for. I feel like there is no language that maintains its original form. Creating language is a slow process. As someone who tried back in high school, I didn't get very far. I was starting with word translations, so I copied a few pages from an encyclopedia and just started there. I didn't get very far. Somewhere I have buried the old writings. I don't know where though. And I'm not gonna touch those chests since they look bugged again. So we're just gonna leave them alone for now. But we are gonna find. Thank you for the eggs. I'm kind of sad that we still cannot cook eggs though. Why do we not yet have fried eggs? Between apple pies and fried eggs are two foods that would totally belong in Minecraft. That would have one recipe and they wouldn't throw off the balance of the game. If I ever had the opportunity to contribute to Minecraft, contribute new features, an apple pie would be the first addition. It's the same pumpkin pie recipe, but swap the pumpkin with an apple. Was there a reason why you wanted to learn Latin? As that is not something that you're just casually taught these days. You have to take your own time to learn. Was it one of the classes they were offering for second language? Okay, well, where does the door belong? If we have one door there, maybe over here. A gifted and talented program. My school was never that special. We had mostly regular classes and a few AP classes. There was AP History, AP Calculus, and maybe one more. The only one I took was AP Calculus because there wasn't regular calculus provided. There's pre-calculus, and then you can either go to AP Calculus or Finance. I did not take Finance. Where'd he go? I know there are bad guys looming about, but where is Mr. Green Bean? I know I saw him. Hello. Oh, you're down there. I'm unfamiliar with what a GSCE is. Okay, that's one. Uh-oh. I'm okay. I did not mean to slide down here. I feel like we've had tea discussions before, and I'm still not a tea drinker. I was kind of hoping that things would have progressed more, but it looks like that the fire has reached its end. So now you know that rivers are capable of stopping apocalyptic fires. So many vines I'll have to clean up. I'll probably leave them for now, but I do want to get rid of some of these logs. I could use the wood. We're also going to need cobblestones, so we'll next time, Tuesday, I believe, we'll be back again, and then that's when we'll go down and collect the cobblestone. Oh wait, nighttime already? No, things just seem dark. The green bean was hiding from me. because I looked down and then I accidentally moved slightly farther forward than I wanted to, so I fell down there because I was trying to take out the spider. But alas, Mr. Green Bean went boom. Hey look, a fallen log. It survived. Remember when it took something like 9 years to add fallen logs to Java? What update did that come out in? Something like 1.21.8. There's way too many 1.21 versions for me to keep track. Okay, hold on. Can I block update all this? There's one face, two face, red face, blue face. I can Dr. Seuss. Although, yes, all these vines are in fact green. Uh-oh. There we go. Just like that, I do kind of miss my 12 block reach. That was a great bug. Sad times that they fixed it. It makes sense that they fixed it, but it was so enjoyable. You're in the survival world. Isn't there an official anatomy of a creeper? That was official, right? Because I remember this was back when Jinx was the partner for Minecraft merch. So this was like 2012 to 2014 or 15 maybe. Wasn't it just straight up TNT and then whatever its coding was? The TNT was wired to the brain. It was meant to be a joke, but it was officially sanctioned. Interesting. I feel like Notch before said creepers were supposed to be made out of leaves. Someone said there was supposed to be some sort of crunchy plants. And part of that also stems from the original creeper texture was straight up just the leaf texture with a face. Why do I have these logs and vines? Hey look, why do you think mushrooms are still standing about? These mushrooms don't burn. That means there was a fire here. Well, what used to be here? You can see the remains of the dark oak forest. All of this used to be dark oak forest. There's not a dark oak forest anymore. I'll keep some of the floating vines, partially because I'm ready to head back inside. I've gotten the wood that I wanted. I had a fire this whole episode. Well, most of it at least. So yeah, if you ever go back, once the stream is over, which is like 30 seconds, once the stream is over, you can go back to the beginning and you can see when I start the fire and totally prove Billy Joel wrong. But yeah, otherwise, we are coming upon the end of today, so if you have final thoughts, start saying them now. We got most of the wall done, so hopefully when we return, we can get it finished before the series takes a break. Otherwise, that's indeed all it for this time. Thank you all for watching. Bye.